I hope everyone's staying warm. Winter has hit the fan. As a prepper, you're used to hearing SHTF. Well, this is WHTF. It is so cold outside. Oh, I went out to feed the birds and to get something out of my car, and by the time I got back, I was froze. It's horrible out there. Um, I don't really know what the degrees is, but it's pretty below zero wind chill. It's horrible. I don't even know if my car will start today because I really want to go back to work. Not really. Took a snow day yesterday. Oops, forgot to do this again. Let's see. There we go. Hello, Sabrina. How are you doing today? Are you ready for that Dollar General clearance sale? Oh, I'm so getting ready. I've been going through all my coupons today, went through all my digitals, and I've been looking at what's on the clearance sale shelves. Oh my, oh my. Lots of stuff this time. I need to get up there and clean up my stockpile room so I can put more stuff in it after this clearance sale for 3 days. Got my 5 off of 25s for tomorrow. Got my 5 off of 25s ready for Saturday. Yay. Oh, how's everybody faring at your place? Good morning, Tammy. Are you staying warm, Tammy? Oh my. Make sure you hit that like, that thumbs up. We want to get as many thumbs up today as we can. So, what are you actually looking for, Sabrina, when it comes to Dollar General clearance sale? Do you look for like the detergent or personal stuff? You're freezing. Oh my God, I know. Went out to the car. Ah, it's horrible. Good morning, Dalton. How are you today? Make sure you all hit the thumbs up if you can, or hit it on your way out. What's the temperature there, Tammy? You go for a little bit of everything. I kind of go towards what I have coupons in, but I'll tell you what I found. There is let me see what it is here. There is a $4 off digital on a Brita pitcher, and I saw two Brita pitchers in the clearance on one of the Dollar Generals. So I'm going to get a Brita pitcher, and I'll probably keep it for a gift or something. Oh, you've got to go to school. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. But I'm pretty excited about that Brita pitcher because I'm pretty sure it's like going to be like $8, and then that's going to be $4, and then I've got a $4 digital coupon, which might make it like, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm so excited. I didn't see what the price was. So that's one of the big things I'm looking at. But anyway, oh my gosh, went outside, fed the birds, went to the car to get my purse, and I have some coupons out there because I'm getting all my coupons ready. And it didn't take long. Boy, everybody just kind of left. Yeah. are you are you over him being home? So that way you can go. Oh, there's two still here. Um, Probably. I would be happy to. So I don't know. I'm considering another vacation day today and maybe sending the husband away. He'll be pissed off. That'll be 3 vacation days this week. But a lot of people at work took it when we had our shutdown, so that way they could. and they took their vacation time during our little shutdown so they would have an income. Well, I didn't. I chose not to. So I still have vacation time. I don't know how much time, but I have a few days left. So that's what they do in your town if they have like snow days or off days. They have like e-learning. I guess it's on a computer, electronic learning, maybe. Okay. Sam, my daughter's going to be 29. So it's been a long time since I've had all the kids in the schools and all of that jazz. Oh, man, I can't. My toes are still froze from going outside. Oh, my, geometry. Geometry is, it's interesting, it's fascinating. And good luck with that. Good luck with that. How are your animals faring, Sabrina? How are they doing? That's quite a variety of age there. Yeah, that is an issue, is the water. Yeah, they were supposed to bring two rabbits to me, and I told them, I said, just keep them where they are for right now because I don't want them to go into like a change issue and then have all of this freezing weather. Hi, off grid. How are you? Are you staying warm? I know there's some people there that are from like Florida and they were like, oh, well, it's 57 degrees today. It's cold. I'm like, what? Oh, I bet they are until they get out there. Bye, Dalton. You have a great day. Good luck on your geometry. Hit that thumbs up on your way out. Off grid bound. Did you sell your camper yet? Oh, you haven't sold it yet. It was really quite interesting. You did a good job on that. I'm going to put something like that out in the back part of my property and let trees grow up around it. I'm just going to let it stay back there so I like prop it. I don't. It doesn't have to like run or be pulled or anything. So if I get one that's a pullable, pull it back there, set it up, and I'm going to make like a little camp set up for my future grandchildren within the next 7 8 years. Because my plan for the farm is 7 years, so that's going to be one facet of it. Yeah, I know. I've seen it. I've seen the tour of it. Yep. I'm thinking about just finding a really small teardrop kind of older camper and just fortifying it a little bit. And we want them to have the camping experience. We don't want luxury back there. So the grandkids can come up to grandma's and get the luxury feel here. You're not a dork. You are not a dork. If anyone's dorky, it's me. Um, I'm very dorky. I know my daughter gets agitated with me over this cell phone she gave me like almost 2 years ago. Well, it's been a little over a year that I can't use it. Yeah, she's pretty upset over that. It's smarter than I am. And the TV that my husband bought, yeah, it has all kinds of interesting things with it too, and I have no idea how to work it. So, anybody have a topic? It says there's two of us here. Well, I'll tell you what, I've got some really cool stuff. Yeah, I need to do just a few more things and then get what I'm going to get it shipped in. I've got to do two of them. So I've got a few more things to get, and then I'm good to go. The major part of it is done, and so I'm excited to see how they like what I got them. I wish I could show you, but I can't because then they might see that. Well, I know Mama Dee Dee will, but I haven't seen Shirley Wilson. I guess her time frame of being on YouTube is a little different than mine, so I haven't seen her. Oh, and then there's Loki. You'll probably hear her making her weird noises here in a little bit, unless she goes back to bed with her daddy. Crazy cat. But yeah, I mean, I've got my gifts ready to rock and roll. I can't wait. Loki, what are you doing? Yeah. Did he lock you out of the bedroom? He probably locked her out because she keeps him up. Come here. Y'all get to see the whoops. Oh, look what we did here. Y'all get to see the black one a lot. Well, this one's Loki. The other one's Thor. And she is the baby. Mm. And she's in heat. And she's allergic to anesthesia. So we deal with it, don't we? Mm. Hey, Paula, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Are we supposed to do that? I thought it was just if we weren't going. Oh, I don't know. Oh, Paula would be the best one to come up with that idea. Well, I'm not going to videotape it before. Um, I can't really keep stuff on my iPad. I think that's what it is. It's an iPad. So I can't like keep a lot of stuff on my iPad. Yeah, I'm just going to send mine out. Oh, she's pissed. He's locked her out of the bedroom. She'll get loud here in a little bit. Absolutely, just odds and ends. I know that I have two pampered swaps I'm doing with two different people from a different group, and Sabrina and I are sending out our gifts like by the 5th of February, and we're just talking about that. Good morning, everybody. I've been sitting here getting all my coupons ready for the clearance sale. Oh, I'm considering taking another day off work. I went outside and it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. My car may not. Hey, Lady Heart. My car may not even start because I didn't start it yesterday. My husband will be so pissed. Oh my God. Sorry about that. Need a little smoke a moke. I actually have a sweater on. You won't see me with sweaters on, but this one comes up around my. I hate them, but this one is so soft. I don't know if you can see it or not. But when it's really super cold out, I put this one on and I'm all cuddly. Well, I'll tell you, if I do take a day off, I'll come. But if not, I work second shift, so I won't be there. So if you see me, you know I've taken a day off. If you don't, you know I'm working. So I should get a notification. I have subscribed to you. I've been watching a lot of prepping channels today, this morning, and that's why I did the winter hits the fan, because they talk about when the shit hits the fan. I put WHTF, winter hits the fan. What would we do had something happened before this Arctic blast? We would have lost a lot of people. That's for sure. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about all morning, was what if something had happened during the times that people were talking about things could happen, and this Arctic blast hits. Now we know that winter comes every year, so I would think that would be something people should prepare for every winter. And it's mind-boggling to me that people don't remember that we have winter every year. But this one's a little rough, for sure. So always have that extra winter prep for something like this, because this is a major event. Seriously, think about people that are like when your electric went out, or like if my electric goes out. Do you have another heat source? Something you should consider every year. Just even a propane or a kerosene heater, or if you have an old wood stove, or if you have an idea to put a wood stove in, or a pellet stove or something like that, so that way you have an alternative heat source. And I really want to put a wood stove in this house, but we're kind of like, I don't know where to put it or how we should do it in this house, but we definitely need one. Exactly. So when we're dependent upon electric and something like this happens and the electric goes out, yeah. Just think about it. Had, had something happened and we didn't have electric and this hit, how many people would we have lost? Or, people would be scrambling trying to find a place to go. I know I'd probably light a fire right here in the middle of the living room and hope for the best. Good idea. That is a great idea. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Good morning. This TV just freaks me out. I keep looking at it. It's huge. I've never seen anything like this before. Will you get some rest, Sabrina? And I hope you have a nice Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on the clearance sales. Awesome. There's stuff out there ready to rock and roll it. Oh, well, hello. Good morning. G Money's Strong Outdoors. I don't know if I have you or not. I'm sure I do, because that little thing looks familiar to me. Take care, Sabrina. That's awesome. So you're off grid. How far off grid are you at this point in time in your journey? I'm just really curious about that because eventually I would like to be off grid. I don't see it happening. Well, I'm not off grid either, but there's one on here called Off Grid Bound, and they're a great couple. Oh, okay. But I mean, you can move wherever you want to, right? I mean, you can go to each campground and you're kind of mobile and you're not like attached to a certain place. Oh, okay. So your camper is at a campsite and it's parked there. We have a place really, really close to here, and they have people that have campers there year round. And there are people that live in their campers and actually do pretty well living in their campers at this campsite. It's a campground. And then there's people that leave their stuff there for the winter and then come out during the spring and summer and fall. But in the wintertime, they just have their stuff parked there. And I know when I drive home at night after leaving work and I have the windows down in the car, I can smell all their campfires. And it's like, oh, I really want to go visit. Hi, Stacy. How are you? I know when I go live, I don't stay on very long because I have to get up and move, and it's very hard for me to sit here. A lot of times, I just have to get up and move. Okay. If you don't mind me asking, what part of Kentucky? My mommy is from Kentucky, so my people are from Kentucky. I'm okay. I'm freezing. It's really, really cold here, and I'm in a debate. Do I use up my vacation time now and not go to work, or do I save some for when I get my livestock so I can do a couple days there? Adair County. That doesn't sound familiar to me, but I love Kentucky. Kentucky is absolutely beautiful, and my mother has a cabin down there where her people are from in the holler, and I wouldn't mind like retiring down there. It's great down there, and it's a beautiful cabin. Um, she spent quite a bit getting that cabin put down there, and I think that's Clay County, or no, Owsley County. My dad's family's from Clay County. Okay. Well, I thought you were speaking like German or something. Oh, Stacy, are you ready for spring? Oh, it's only going to get into the 50s. Yeah. You are ready. I know. I am so ready. I got all my stuff ready to. I just started going through all of my stuff to make the little greenhouse I'm going to make outside with my shower curtains. That's going to be like really interesting. And I'm looking outside and it's like 20 below zero out there. Absolutely, Paula. Normally winter don't bother me that bad, but this winter is really going to take its toll on me, I think. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm ready for that seed exchange. When are we going to do that, Paula? When are we going to start doing the seed exchange? What month? Yeah, Stacy, you're one of those people that have that wonderful weather going on, and you can start your stuff now. I can't start anything in my house. Oh, we're going to do the seed exchange like next week. We're going to start getting the names together and all of that. Awesome. I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I love seeds. And my helper, he's going to help me get some more bigger places plowed up this year. No, I don't. I could do stuff down in the basement, and I think starting next year, I'll probably set up a growing area to start seedlings in the basement because they are in the cellar. It's not a basement; it's a cellar. So next year, I should have something set up down in the cellar to start seedlings down there. Plus, if I do start them up here, I only have one window, and it's where my cats get their sun, and I have one that would just be like just destroy them. Well, Paula, that's good. I'm glad you're busy with it because I'm ready for it. I can't wait. Oh, I am so excited. I have some seeds that I'm not going to talk about on here, but I have seeds that I have kept from some of my heirloom plants. And I'm not going to tell you what they are. I have a few. And then there's some plants and new plants I want to try out this year. I did plant eggplant one year, Stacy, and they went absolutely bonkers. I had so many eggplants. I was giving them to the food pantry, and people were like, "Yay for eggplants!" But I mean, like boxes of them. No, I will not grow any pot. Mm-mm. Tobacco, I would consider that. I don't have seeds for tobacco and ginseng. Those are the two seeds I'd probably like to have that I don't have. But I am not opposed to marijuana use for people who need it medicinally. Um, I am not opposed to that. And I'll tell you, when I retire, I might consider just trying it one more time in my life. Ooh, yeah. You know, I'm trying to be as off grid as possible, so I don't do any ordering offline. I don't do Amazon, but that let go thing, that's that's awesome. I give away a lot of food. And also as a couponer, I give away a lot of personal items. So, like if I have like a lot of body wash or shampoos, conditioners, feminine products, a lot of times I will take those to the food pantry as well. I took like, oh my God, like 45 bottles of Suave shampoo. It was a few months back. Um, like bags and bags. I kept walking in with bags of Suave shampoo. They're like, where in the world did you get this? I was like, they made me money. So here you go. My mother-in-law, she volunteers at one of the food pantries. And so I make sure to get up there and to, yeah. And I think, oh, there's Mountain. Hey, MT, how are you today? Are you staying warm? I'm wanting to. I'm freezing. My toes are numb. I went outside for just like, I bet it was only 45 seconds to feed the birds and to get something out of my car, and my toes are froze. Um, Now your nonprofit, that's awesome. Um, there's a couple of us ladies, and we're trying to get a few more ladies involved to where we will make a meal a week and make like a carry out box to take to maybe someone who has is healing from a surgery. We're going to like focus on the elderly, and then that way, if we have like 7 people, that's a meal every single day, and then we will schedule it for those days. And I personally would be going up there and saying, what is your favorite meals, blah blah blah, morning farm. And that way I could make them something that they really like. And I really want to start that, and I want to start it soon because I think, with the Meals on Wheels being cut to one meal a day, and they still have to pay $2, I think a meal. Um, Thank you, Paula. Um, I really want to start this thing, and I think it's really important. You know, make a meal, put one in a container, and drop it off on the way to work or whatever. Well, Stacy, you know, since I started prepping and becoming a couponer and things like that, here, baby, here, you can get up here. Since I became a couponer and started prepping, I feel very fortunate that I have more than I need. And I just, I've always been a giver, and I was in long term care for about 20 years. Um, and I started out as a CNA, then went into the restorative program, went into as an activity director, and then went to social service direction. So, as the social service director, I'm doing the admissions and things like that. And I'm seeing these people come in, and you see them hoarding food when they get their meals. And you're like, what are these people doing? Well, they didn't have any food um, at their home. Maybe, and I worked with Adult Protective Services to get these people into our facility or into another facility. And so when the Adult Protective Service lady would come to me, she was like, I want you to come with me. We're going to go assess this person together. And so I would go in, and there would be no food cabinets, none. So I would always make sure that when I would go visit or go with them, I'd say, hey, let's stop and get a burger and some fries and something. And we would walk in, and you'd hand them a bag with just cheeseburger and french fries, and they would just be like crazy over that. So that's when I started really thinking about, our communities really need help. And the food pantries are just really struggling really badly. And then our new administration has cut Meals on Wheels to one meal a day. It used to be two. And so a lot of people are out of their pocket when they deliver that meal. They're making a bag of extra food, you know, from donations. So I just I just think giving is so important. And it is becoming a lost art. I like my generation and younger, they're not doing the volunteering, they're not doing the donating, that the older generations did. They took care of their own. And now it's like everybody is, I don't want to say narcissistic, but you have to think of yourself and your family and your home. But there's some things that you can give. There are just some things that you can give back. Oh, thank you, Paula. Thank you, Stacy. But Stacy, you too. You're getting ready to start the nonprofit, and that's great. I don't want anything back from what I do, and I really don't like talking about it too much because sometimes I think I shouldn't, because then it kind of takes away from what I'm doing. But I do like people to understand where I'm coming from. Like I made the enemies with the couponers when I called them wasteful cows. Um, I made a lot of enemies when I first started YouTube. It was because they would do all these haul videos. Oh, I got this and I got this, and then they would, like, 6 months down the road, they would do um, their throwaways of expired products off their shelves. I mean, lots of products, and they'd be thrown away. Like, yeah, I got this, but now it's expired. And they'd be thrown. They'd have like a big garbage can. They'd be thrown, and I called them wasteful cows. You can go back into my older videos and you can find that. And then I did the one right after that the next day about hunger in our communities. So yeah, I made a lot of enemies. That's why my subscriptions went down, because everybody that knew me were the couponers, and yeah, I made some enemies there, and I don't care. They are wasteful cows. That's how I feel about it. If you're going to buy something and you're not going to use it, you're not going to give it away, you're not going to sell it, because I do sell some of my couponing products to my girls at work, but they absolutely love my deals. So they are not at all feeling ripped off, even though I make a little bit of money on it. Um, but if you're not going to use it, you're not going to sell it, why let it expire? Yeah, that's why I've been plugging along with my little channel and going on with it, because I just enjoy doing it, and I enjoy that some people, want to see the deals I've got, and if I can do them early enough in the morning, they can go get the same deals, like my penny hauls. If you notice, that had 168 hits. Now, some of those hits were the couponers that absolutely turned on me, and it was, some of them turned on me because they didn't want the other channels to know that they were watching me. It's just drama. Just drama, pure drama. That's what it's all about. I'm not, when I give, I'm giving because, number one, I can, and number two, well, that's part of being frugal. And then the part of being frugal as a prepper, if I can find the deals that give me a lot of something, then I can put it back in my preps. Like this DG, Dollar General clearance that's coming up. I noticed that, like, in the medical supply area, there were 10% off stickers. And when these clearance hit, that means 60% off of some Band-Aids and some wraps. And I don't have coupons for them, but still 60% off is a pretty good deal on medical supplies, especially brand name medical supplies. Bye, Off Grid. Hi, Julie. Good morning. Stacy, I have to. And I'm going to tell you, Dollar General, with this clearance deal, if you have gotten a flyer this past week, you'll have a 5 off of 25 for Friday. And if you've done any kind of shopping, you'll have a 5 off of 25 for Saturday on your receipt. Now, if you do your digitals, there's some great digitals on there. And the one thing that I'm going after There's one thing that I really, really want, and I want to keep it back for gifts, is a Brita pitcher. I noticed they had 2 in the clearance on one of the Dollar Generals, and I have a $4 off coupon in my digitals. And I've gotten so much free stuff from Dollar General the past month. Oh my gosh, just free stuff. Absolutely. And I'll tell you, on the summer clearance, I snatch up seeds, I snatch up dirt and pots and little tools, and I've got like a plethora collection of Dollar General garden clearance. And every year it makes it great for me. You're very welcome, Stacy. But I've never had a Brita filter pitcher or whatever. And so I saw those 2, and then I looked at my digitals, and there was a $4 digital coupon. I was like, oh, I'm going to get that one. So I've got to go there early Friday morning because I'm pretty sure those 2 things will be gone. Because there are a lot of people that have more than one account. And, that's the other thing, too, is a lot of couponers have like more than one account at CVS or at Dollar General, Family Dollar, Kroger, or whatever. And I only have one of each because I really don't need to try to beat the system. I've never had that. Well, I like the Miracle Grow stuff, but I also use their composted, the older dirt. It really doesn't matter. The dirt is the dirt. If I get a bag of dirt for $1, I'm throwing it in there, and that's what I'm going to use and use some of my stuff and amend it. Oh, hi, Mama D. You just missed Sabrina. Sabrina was here. She was my first one here this morning. But Stacy, I just buy a bunch of dirt, and then I have those big bins, and I just start dumping, and then I throw compost in there, and then I throw all kinds of stuff, and I just mix up my own. Thank you, Paula. Yeah, hit them thumbs up. Some people came and went and didn't even put them up. The heck. And just even a little bit of dirt. So this year I've gotten a bunch of containers, and right now I'm getting ready to put a bunch of stuff in them to clear up my stockpile room so I can get everything ready for my Dollar General clearance this week. But I've got tons of these things. I've got all different sizes, and I'm going to do a bunch of planting so that way when I get my chickens, like say I grow this one with some particular something in it, I'll sit it in with the chicken and let the girls have it, and I'll have another one planted. So I'm going to do a lot of greens and stuff for them. I'm thinking I'm going to do like some thyme and some herbs, some things that are like natural for them. And if I get the bunnies, I'll probably do a bunch of clover ones and then like sit it in the middle of their area and let them have at it, and just keep growing some stuff for them all year long. So that way they can have a little bit of fresh greens. So I'm also going to do my lettuce, and I think I might do some kale and a few things. I've got a lot of those. I cleared that clearance out on these bins because they are just so cute. I did break one, but I put my socks in it in the bathroom, so that way I have my clean socks in there. Oh, my penny sale. Penny shopping is fun for me. It's like a scavenger hunt. I didn't get to go to all the Dollar Generals because it was early in the morning and it was cold and I wanted to get home, and I wasn't sure if I was going to go to work or not. And I did go to work that day. That was Tuesday. So yeah, penny shopping is fun. Um, and I was really, really excited about getting all the sun care items because I didn't have any of that in my preps. So now I have sunblock, and that's real important to me. The Fiber One bar is not so important, but what a cute snack that can make me poo. I told the one girl at work, I was like, getting older, time for them Fiber One bars, and I got them for $1 or a penny a piece. Yeah. So I'm excited this year. Chickens, garden, goats, 2 rabbits. I think that's going to be pretty good for this year. And then we'll do some fencing. And then possibly the following year, we'll do some milk goats and we'll do some other things. I'm gonna hurry back. I didn't go down and finish up my laundry today. I'm not going down the cellar. No, nope. Well, they're 2 females, so I'm not going to breed right away. They're 2 years old, so I don't know if that's too old to start breeding females or not. But I thought about getting a buck, so that way, if I decided, and I had people interested, I would breed them for them. I really would like to have them just in case, but I really don't want to breed for meat right away. I do too, Mama D, and I am just so excited. I know a lot of people go to Weed'em and Reap. They've had those baby goats live. Oh my gosh. I will sit for an hour and watch them baby goats. They're so cute. They're adorable. And so I'm kind of excited about that. But I think we're going to do the chickens first. And so I got to get a hold of Rural King. And I've got my heat lamps downstairs. I didn't get a brooder like I wanted, but I do have heat lamps, and I think we can keep them in pretty good shape. But I know I'm going to do about 15 hens, 15 or 16 hens, and possibly one rooster, but I haven't decided what kind of rooster. It depends on what females I get because I really want a Brahma rooster, but I'm afraid that he would be too big for some of my hens. So I got to kind of see what they have at the time. But I want to get lay a variety of eggs because I think that that's great to offer a colorful dozen of eggs, to the people that want them at work. I have a great little coop that was for free that would be great for quail. I'm just, I don't know, I'm not sure about quail. It was just like, I have this property and it's paid off. And I'm figuring, if I put $300 or $400 into it a month, that's like a rent or mortgage. Why not invest in the property and make it something? And so that was kind of like my goal is to put $300-400 a month into it until I can get it to where it's a nice micro farm. So I've been putting money aside, and every month I put a little bit of money into it. We need a big greenhouse, and I need a barn. But my helper has turned our old smokehouse into a goat barn, and it's looking really awesome. I mean, it only hold about four um, Nigerians. It'll hold a couple more, so hopefully that'll be fun. But I do want to milk, so I've got to consider that. But I want to kind of get some wethers first, some neutered males, and kind of play with them for a while and see what's going on. Hey, Cedarholic, how are you? Good morning. I was supposed to do a tag from serving. I can't remember. I know her name is Lacey, and I know she's in Indiana. I can't remember her name right offhand, but it's about your equipment and about plans and stuff like that. And I don't have any equipment, and I'm very low key. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that video. I'll probably do it this weekend. It's a tag video. Well, thank you. Um, I have to have. I have hurdles here in my household that keep me from doing a lot of things that I want to do. But, just muddle it through, and every day is a struggle sometimes. Yeah, I think the greenhouse is a great idea. Good morning, Nona. Oh, Paula will be glad to see you when she gets back from the dryer. Everybody, put your thumbs up. I have 0 thumbs up. Thank you, Stacy, and you have a great day. Nona, I haven't gotten to your video yet today, where you were cleaning up the papers. Yeah, haven't got to it yet. I've been watching prepping videos all morning. Bye, Stacy. Oh, really? Because it shows 0. Why do I see 0? Thank you, Nona. Well, between 6 and 9, it's more than 0. So I'm only seeing 0. It's probably my computer. Probably. Thank you, Stacy. How do I get it to show me what's real there? It won't let me give one. Is that what it is? Okay. So, Mountain, I didn't get to your moonshine video either. They'll show up. Okay. Awesome. Moonshine toddy. Oh, that sounds actually pretty good. Oh. Thank you, Mama. So, Mama, you about ready for the swap? Oh, I'm so excited. Have you seen Shirley around? I hope you don't get disappointed with what I sent. I hope not, because I took a lot of time to think about it. I am your first one. I'm on TV. Hi. You're in the hospital. What? Back up. Welcome back, you two. Mama, you're in the hospital, and I didn't know this. I've seen Sarah. Well, you need to get out of that hospital. I mean, if you can. I am so sorry to hear that. Sarah didn't say anything. My husband got this new TV, and I noticed that when he was hitting certain buttons, it would show YouTube on the bottom. And I was like, one of these mornings, I'm going to get up early and I'm going to hit that button and see if I can get my stuff up there and watch everybody on my big screen or his big screen, whatever. But the thing is I'm afraid I'll mess it up. Afraid I'll mess it up. Ooh, yeah. It's huge. I don't know how to do that. I can't believe we bought it. A $700 TV. Really? I need a damn truck. Good morning, Homestead in the Highlands. Have you decided on names for the babies yet? Oh, have you decided? Those little boys are so cute. Oh my goodness. I am so excited. You've got to go watch the two little black and white boy sheeps. Oh my. They're so cute. I like my names better than anyone else's. Just saying. See, I can say that because this is my channel, so I can say that I like my names better than anyone else's I've seen on there. No way, they're getting out of the barn. They are cute. Oh my goodness, you guys. Go to that channel, watch them babies, send your name ideas to her because I'm telling you, they are absolutely adorable. They are adorable. Rough and Tumble. That was my two names for them, Rough and Tumble. I just thought that was cute. It was a little unique. Rough and Tumble. Just keep that. Rough and Tumble. I'm going to mesmerize her and she's going to name them babies. I'm joking. Well, MT, you have a great day and stay warm. I know, none of your other subscribers are going to come here, the ones that gave names, so they won't know that I've like put that little bit in your ear. Yeah, Rough and Tumble. Just saying. They're little sheep boys. And they're black and white, and they're absolutely adorable. They're half Jacob sheep and half Dorset, and they are absolutely adorable. I love sheep. My grandfather had sheep for a long time when I was a kid. He did get rid of them because of a pack of dogs from a neighbor, and there was a big to do over that. So he got rid of the sheep. But I can remember him bringing down the sheep and having all the bottles in a row, and we'd have to bottle feed them. He had one that would have triplets every year, and he would train that one baby to come to him every year. Oh my goodness. See, Mama D even says it. Um, oh, I can't wait for babies. And I'll tell you, I really like the Highland cattle. However, they're still a little too big for my farm. So, what I'm thinking are miniature cattle at the end of my 7-year plan, my goal. Now, Cedarholic, you're not allowed to give name ideas. You're not allowed, not here. I'm joking. But go see her video. Um, I am the only one allowed giving names in here. Hello? I am joking. I've considered the Cooney pigs, raising Cooney pigs. Oh, Nona, I bet that was awesome. Yeah, I like the Cooney pigs. I really like the Highland cattle. We had people up here when I used to run the feed mill in our town. They had the Scottish cattle, and I couldn't wait because they would buy like those big mineral tubs, and I would love to take those up there and see those cattle because they were so unique. They were smaller and they were furry and they were just adorable. But I know that when I would pull back in the truck and I'd have those tubs, man, they would come charging. I'd have to get back up in the truck and like roll it off of there And then I would get down and kind of straighten it out. And then I'd have to pull away for the second one because, man, they would come charging for the mineral tubs, but they were just so cute. And my boss would get mad because I would stay up there for a while and talk to them. Now, I think someone else on YouTube has those. So I've seen those. I know, but it's the strange animals that they're rare, they're unique, and you can find them in a size that fits your property. Like my property is very small, so I have to go with miniature everything except for chickens. I thought about doing just giant breed chickens and doing miniature of everything else. I thought that would be unique for my farm, but then I also wanted to go with the egg colors, so I have to kind of have to do a little bit of a variety of chicken breeds. Oh, farm on Quail Hollow. I will have to look at that. I have my notebook. Are those the ones that they got at Roots and Refuge? That's who it was then, wasn't it? That's who it was. Um, it was them. I really love her her videos. Oh my God, she's such a gardener. She kind of takes the really the route of everything is just this and that, but her gardens are just beautiful. I mean, oh my gosh. And I want to try some of those little melon things. They do seem weird, but here's the thing, in colder weather, they will do better. Or in hotter weather, they'll do better because they're not going to get sunburned. So a furrier pig is going to do a lot better in the sun. They're going to do a lot better in the winter. So that's something you might want to look at if you want a low maintenance pig. And plus, I believe they're smaller. So they're going to be smaller, that fur, and you don't have to worry about their sunburning and colder in the winter because pigs are very sensitive to winter. And I raised, I went to the auction barn one year and was doing a photo shoot, and this sow started having babies. Well, I snatched one up, we cleaned it up, and I brought it home. And she was funny. She was and smart. Um, but when they decided to take her away from me, they took her somewhere, and she got pneumonia and died like almost immediately. So they're like really susceptible to that, and I was so heartbroken. Right. But they do have miniature sheep too. I've seen them, the Dall sheep. They have several breeds, but the Dall sheep are like really, really small. They have miniaturized that breed. And I thought about getting a couple of those too. Just just a couple of everything miniature, just so that I have, a start. And this is a 7-year plan. So it's not like I'm just going to get everything at once. It's a 7-year plan for my micro farm. And I'm doing it very slow, but very precise. Because the one thing that I've noticed with a lot of these micro farmers and hobby farmers is that they made mistakes. So I watch as many of them as I can, so that way I know what their mistakes are. And the one thing that I think they say the worst mistake they made was not doing a perimeter fence first. So that's going to be my biggest investment in my farm is a perimeter fence. And that's going to be very important. So a perimeter fence all the way around, and then do inner fences, and then have walkways in between those. So that way when I get my livestock guardian dog, he can patrol all the property in between all of the different pens or pastures or whatever I have going on. So that's like the big thing. Oh, so you do spin off of them. That's awesome. There is a woman. What was her name yesterday? Granny Prepper. It wasn't the great grandma Prepper because I don't know what was going on with that channel. No offense. Um, but it's Grandma Prepper. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and try to find her. I don't think I can get it on here. I can't. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing here. Um, but she has got the most biggest collection of yarn I've ever seen, and she does some spinning of her own as well. Wow, reindeer, miniature caribou. See, domesticated caribou, and they're miniature sized. It does, Nona. And I thought, if I had like just a couple of miniature ones, that would just give me enough to play with. It would be just enough to play with. And I wouldn't have to eat my sheep because I don't want to eat my sheep. However, in a bad situation, I would eat my animals. But at this point in time, I'm a couponer. I'm still considering not going to work. My husband's going to have a fit. I just, I just love animals. Ooh, rugs. Oh yeah, rugs are awesome. But those little miniature sheep, I swear they can't be but like, let's see, this would be the ground. They can't be but like this tall. I mean, they're like this big. So, I mean, it would take you forever to get enough wool off them little fellas. Nona, when I was younger, I was like, yeah, I was hunting squirrel, rabbit, deer, whatever. I hunted it, I skinned it out, I'd eat it. And now in my lifetime, it's kind of like, if I need to, I will. Last time I went squirrel hunting, I think I sat underneath a tree for about 45 minutes and watched some squirrels playing and cutting on nuts. And I was like, yeah, okay. I just didn't have a desire to shoot them because I really didn't want to skin them either. Highland coos. Well, they wouldn't know what the hell I was talking about around here. They'd be like, "You're talking about a coo? What the hell is a coo? What's a coo?" Yeah, okay. Highland coos. Now remember, rough and tumble. Rough and tumble. Yeah, Seedaholic. My thing is I am doing this by myself, and a little bit at a time. It's a very small piece of property, so I can be very picky about what I do on each little plot that I have ready to rock and roll on. I mean, there's a lot to do because once I get the perimeter fence in, then I want to do a road all the way around that and then start putting fencing in. So, you know, animals are the very last part of every puzzle piece. So every time I make a puzzle piece, the animals are the last thing to go in because the animals, you know, are the least expensive. Fencing and the food, the housing, all of that is much more expensive than the animal themselves. And out here, you can always find something where someone just wants to get rid of. Maybe it was a 4-H project and kids aren't interested and they don't want to keep it and they don't want to butcher it. So hopefully I can do that. But I do know that with the miniature cues, um, yeah, there's a 5-year waiting list for this lady who has miniature Jersey cattle over in Ohio. 5-year waiting list. That means all of her calves are sold for the next 5 years. And that's going to grow because if she has, say she has bulls and someone are wanting the cows, then the coos, yeah, I can't do it. Then they'll have to wait another year, or they'll be put on the next year's waiting. However, so I would love to just have like maybe 3 of those heifers, and maybe have the semen shipped to me so I wouldn't have to have the bull here, which would be awesome because I really don't want no bull. Absolutely. I have seen those, the Angus Dexter crosses, and that's awesome. Now they do have the miniature Herefords already bred out, the red and white, and those are a pretty good meat cow. People prefer the Angus. I like Angus because of their black, but I'm not really going to go for a meat cow yet. Um, but my goodness, there's so many breeds out there. But yes, I've seen those. They also have beefalo around here too, which are quite unique looking. They're not miniature by any means. Right. I haven't, but I will look those up. You mean the black Highland coos? I think you meant coos. I think cows are beautiful anyway, um, especially the milk cows. I really love the Jerseys and the Guernseys. They're just so placid and lovely. Yeah, I just I love farm animals. I always have, and so I'm so excited about getting the miniature ones here on this farm. But we're gonna start off slow, so I gotta harness myself back a little bit. But if something comes along, you never know. Something comes along. But we're gonna start off with the chickens. I do want to get some ducks this year too. Maybe I do have an area for them. I want the khaki Campbells because I think them being a land loving duck would be better for me because I love duck eggs. Oh my gosh, I love duck eggs. And if I sell all my chicken eggs, I'll have duck eggs to eat, which will be awesome for me. What? Come here. You want to see my little black and white? Meow. Here she is. She looks like your sheep. She's in heat, and she's a turd. And her name is Loki. Her brother's name is Thor. Oh, that's cool. Isn't she's a cutie pie? She's the tuxedo, but she's really small. Um, the black one, if you watch any of my videos, you'll see him, especially when I'm doing the outside ones. He'll be sitting like right next to me or on top of me. And he was a bottle feed. Now, she was so little, she had never tasted food before. So when I brought her home, I had to give her her first bite of food. And now she's attached to my husband. But she is allergic to anesthesia. So she's not fixed. So I'm hoping we can get her fixed soon because it's driving me crazy. Thor and Loki. Ah, there you go. I should have named her Freyr, but she was black and white, and I thought that Loki being good and evil and a trickster, black and white would be fine, and it kind of fits her, even though Loki was a man or a male god. Hey, don't do that. Um, you're clawing my. Hey, 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 hey. Go find your daddy. Go get in bed with him. I have 12 thumbs up. Awesome. I've been on for over an hour too. Yay. I'm thinking that if I get a huge male Great Pyrenees or an Anatolian Shepherd, I will name him Odin, just because I kind of want to go with that same theme. Cleopatra, she's over there. She feels left out. It's my big dog. Loki is such a knucklehead. She is becoming quite the mouser, though, but she hasn't perfected killing them yet. You hear, oh my god, she's gonna make all kinds of weird noises. Choo. I'm pretty sure that'd be pretty expensive. I think she should be grown out of that pretty soon. I know that what happened was that she's allergic really bad to topical over-the-counter flea medications. She's done really well with a couple of the vet types, and then I'm reading and trying to talk. Um, but when they were trying to sedate her, she had a reaction to the sedation as well. So she was like this little itty bitty thing, and she was having like a reaction to the flea med. She was having a reaction to the sedative. So they had to give her a seizure medication, which didn't cause any problems. But oh my God. So she's allergic to a lot of weird stuff. And I don't know if she's just sensitive or if it's normal. Yeah, an eye patch for a livestock guardian dog. I don't know how well that would work. Yeah, she is. But she's a tough little turd. Oh my God. She come in and I've got a 140-pound dog. And she was like this wee little thing. I mean, she could like sit in the palm of my hand and she was not scared of the dog. She would attack the other cat. And I was terrified they were going to kill her. And she didn't care. I mean, she would get up on her hind legs and just look at him like, here I am. And she was just itty bitty little thing. So she's been very independent and she was so easy to transfer. I had a huge tub and I put her in it, and kind of got her used to a little tiny litter box thingy and this and that, and got her eating really good. And pretty soon she was coming out of it. And so I had to transition her to where the big litter box was. And I have had no problems at all with her. And Thor, obviously, he has no problem with going in the same litter box. So it was a great transition, but she's very independent. She fetches like a dog. She does that on her own. She has like a mouse that she carries around all the time, a furry mouse. She takes it to bed. She takes it to the bathroom. She takes it to her food bowl. She takes it where she lays. You'll find this little nasty orange fuzzy mouse everywhere, and I try to wash it, and she gets mad at me. Sometimes she drops it in the water bowl, and the dog gets upset. She's just a really neat cat all the way around. I just wish she would hone her killing skills when she gets a mouse. That's the only thing I really have a problem with her, except for that she's so sensitive with products, which means I have to buy the most expensive products, at the vet. And she does need to be fixed. And I need to jump on that bandwagon and tell him just go ahead and do it and hope for the best. But I think she should be growing out of this stuff by now. But the flea medication, I'm still not. I don't even want to tempt fate with that. Yeah, but she's fun. My husband, I got tickled at him because I had Thor and bottle feeding him. He and I have like this huge, close relationship. And I can remember he would not get close to my husband. He was like, I don't know who you are. I don't like you. Just didn't want anything to do with him. And my husband was like, well, I wish I had one to love on me. Well, he has one now because that little cat will follow him to bed, will lay with him on the couch, and follows him around the house. So she definitely loves her daddy. She's a daddy's girl. Ruth Ann, it's so annoying though. I mean, it's like you're going, kill it already because, it's like still zipping around or it's laying there. And when they get it to a certain point, I throw it outside. But it drives me crazy. Right. Now, years ago, we had a mommy rabbit, and it used to drive my husband crazy. I would let her have kittens. She was an inside outside cat. And she had a batch of kittens here one year, and he was out in the garage, and he was working on something. It was one of the vehicles. He was working on it for like a few days in a row, and every day she would bring a baby rabbit out for the babies to hunt. He would come in every day. And the first day he came in, he says, "You've got to take it away from her." I was like, "I can't take that away from her." I said, "She brought it for the babies to hunt." I said, "Just stay in here. It'll be over soon." Blah, blah, blah. 3 days in a row, that man had to come away from the garage and come in here because he couldn't take the fact that she was bringing these baby rabbits home for her babies to learn how to hunt. And it really bothered him. It really bothered him because, it would squall and squeal. And then, you know, obviously the kittens were like attacking it and stuff. He was like, I can't deal with that. But he wanted me to take them away. And I was like, I can't. I said, she is teaching them how to hunt. I cannot do that. I miss her. She was pretty cool. Wish I had her right now because, man, she would clear this house out. I would leave cabinet doors open. She would be done. I had a Manx male cat that was really, really good hunter as well. He was awesome. But these two, Thor is like, you want me to what with that? Put that in my mouth? Are you kidding me? Yeah. But, it's their nature. Now, I feed the birds outside, and the neighbors have a cat. And if you've seen my video, you've seen her a couple of times. He calls her Little Effer, and she's like the pastel calico. She comes out and kills my birds. She hunts out there all year long, and my doves are so fat that they're easy prey. And I try to run her off as much as I can, so I let Cleo out to run her off all the time. But she is hell on my birds outside. I don't know what I'm going to do about my chickens because I I'm not going to be as nice about my chickens. Wow, off grid, that's awesome. I'm really that's quite a feat there. Yeah, terriers, man. They are micers, ratters. Yeah, the only problem is Cleo has never been around livestock. I'm afraid that it's going to be really bad with her. She absolutely loves chasing things, and so she and I are going to really learn the chickens because I think once I tell her that they're babies, and I kind of adapt them and stuff, she should be fine. Now she hates other cats, and every time I bring a cat home, it's like this is a baby, and she don't like it, but she knows not to chase it. So I know that when Thor's outside, she'll kind of run up on him to try to make him move, and he looks at her like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then she realizes it's him, and she's like, "Oh, it's brother. I can't chase him out of the yard." See, that's why I want one of those big Brahma males. Or I was really looking at the copper Moran roosters. They tend to be a little more docile too, and they're a really pretty rooster. And they might be small enough not to hurt my smaller hens. The Brahma roosters get so big, I'm afraid that my smaller hens would have a really hard time with one of them. But the Brahma roosters are just so cool. I'm in love with them. See, I don't think my cats will have a problem because my cats are inside. Now, Thor will go outside. He has no interest in hunting anything, especially something that looks like it would hurt him. Loki is in the house all the time, but it's the neighbors' cats that I'm going to have the issue with. Neighbors' cats, neighbors' dogs. I noticed there were two big dogs running loose the other day, and I'm pretty sure I know which house they came from. So, I'm not going to go out and shoot someone's cat. I'm not going to go out and shoot someone's dog, but I will go to their house and I will warn them, if you do not do something, then we have to do something monetarily. If they kill my animals, you will have to, replace them or do something. So I'm just giving you a warning. I thought about that, but until I get a perimeter fence, it's just the individual fences right now. So I don't really want a goose running loose. However, I do think I have room for a goose in my chicken pen right now. I think it's big enough that it could provide one goose a home, and I could raise it with the chickens. And I really like. Ah, where's my microphone? Oops. I really like the Chinese geese. I think they're pretty unique, but I'd probably get whatever was at Rural King when I get my roosters or my chickens. So, oh, it's almost been an hour and a half, guys. It's like almost 9 o'clock, and I still haven't decided if I want to go to work or not. I'm pretty sure my boss is going to be pissed off if I decide to take another day. I know, right? That was a blooper. Yeah, I've been looking at the solar, since I do want to go off grid somewhat and start making this farm off grid, because I do plan on, when I build a barn, to have solar panels in it. So I've been looking at the solar fencing. I think that would be the best bet. So I have considered it. They have it at Rural King, and that has been something I have considered. But yeah, I saw where. Do you watch Patera? Appalachian Homestead with Patera. One of her geese did a number on a possum. She didn't show a whole lot of it, but she has the Chinese geese, and I guess that goose really gave that possum what for, which is pretty cool. But I love, talking about these channels. What is it? A refuge with, oh my gosh, I just completely went blank. What in the world? I completely went blank. The Garden Girl. Oh my gosh, I am totally blank on her. She has such a great channel. I love it, and I feel so bad for her when the goats. Roots and Refuge. I don't know why I have such a hard time with that. And I know, yeah, Jess. See, I do watch her videos. I love her channel. I just think she's got the best personality, and the way her husband and her are just so in tune with each other. It makes me so jealous, because my husband, he just completely doesn't want anything to do with what I'm doing. And that's a great family. There's another one, Weed 'em and Reap. I don't know if you guys watch them. They have the little homestead in Arizona. It's like a 1 acre goat. They do goats and stuff. Yeah, there are some good preppers out there. The only problem with the prepping videos that I see, oh, aren't they? They're a beautiful family. Um, with some of the preppers I see is they try to get political. They try to make it like, well, it's this side, and this side is doing this, and you know, being political has nothing to do with being prepared. So I have a really hard time watching some of the preppers, because they are so political and they have such political opinions. And to me, it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on, or even if you're a fence sitter. Prepping is something that, has been done for eons. People prepped for winter, and I, I've made people mad because of saying that. Exactly. You have to do your own thing. And when I get into some of these prepper channels where it's like, you need this and you need that, and you need to tell your congressman this and be ready to be the militia and blah, blah, blah. That, to me, that is just whoa. And that's a sign that, okay, it's time for me to only focus on their videos that have to do with how they are prepping and preparing for a specific thing. So I will not get into the political sides of who's right, who's wrong, you know, and I call that bullshit because, when the shit hits the fan, it doesn't matter what side you're on. You have to take care of you and yours and those in your group. Yeah, I really do have a problem with that. I want to start my little homestead. I am a major prepper, though. I will let you know that I am all about prepping. So when you see my clearance hauls, there's normally some sort of prepping value to it. Like I'm getting ready to do the Dollar General things, and there's a lot of medical stuff that's going to be 60% off. That goes into my medical stockpile. So that's really important to me. Um, and then, of course, the laundry detergent and things is because I sell that at work. Exactly. And your skill set. Um, I have I read them when I was a kid, and I have not yet found them again. There is a bookstore that will order them for me, and so I will probably do that eventually when I set back a little bit of money for them, because I only buy what I set money back for. So if I set back money, there's a goal, there's a reason, and that will go into that little envelope. Um, but the Foxfire books, I absolutely want to get a hold of some more of them. They are awesome. I remember as a kid, my grandma and grandpa had them, and I would sit for hours and read them as a child. So that is like awesome. Exactly. You know, and I know a little bit about that Brexit, and I think it's good to have your opinions and to keep them up here. But as far as talking about, your prepping, as long as you don't think there's going to be a problem with people coming and taking it from you, I think everybody needs to know who preps because, they might really count on you for information. And then when they see, hey, she's getting prepared for whatever, and it doesn't even have to be a specific thing. When I prep for whatever may come my way, whether it is illness, loss of job, winter, or power outage, natural disasters, and then that goes into chaos and social breakdown. And, all of that is a little bit further up the line for prepping. But I will always talk about prepping. I just don't go into the politics side of it. And yeah, but I am a prepper. Yes, the Foxfire books. There are a series of them, and they are from the Appalachian Mountains. It was a project to go to the Appalachian people and learn what they learned, and they documented them in these books. Ah, hello, Danny. Happy Farms, Louisiana. You're working on your water storage now, and that's good. But you also need to remember you need to do water catch systems too. I'm pretty sure you know about all that. So I don't go into all of that, but you know that you should have sources to catch water and to find sources of water in your area. It's huge. Natural springs, creeks, whatever. A lot of people want to buy those big Berkeys, and boy, they're pretty. But I don't have a Berkey. I don't have a Berkey. Water storage is very important. When I started my water storage closet, yeah, now my husband says I can't put any more in there. I also have fibromyalgia and osteoarthritis. I don't have the luxury of the husband taking care of them, but it would just be I have to get up every day and I have to do it. And I have fibromyalgia and it's horrible. Yeah. But prepping is huge for me. Living the frugal life is absolutely important. Um, and so sometimes, it kind of, the way I prep is frugally, so that way it doesn't take away from my way of life. And I'll tell you, my water closet is full. Something else you might want to think about when you're thinking about saving water is saving laundry water. If you buy laundry detergent, fabric softener, and bleach, when those bottles are almost empty or empty, put a little detergent, a little fabric softener, a little bleach in them, fill them up with water, and put them in a storage area. I have that going on. So I have my water is stored in separate um, containment things. Now, if you go back into my older videos, I have a water prepping video and I talk about all the different ways that I save waters for different things. So that way, my drinking water is strictly my drinking water. My other waters are my cooking water, laundry water, bath water, cleaning water, and how I do all of that. So I would recommend you going back into my water prep video. You make your own laundry detergent. I'm a couponer. I get it so cheap. I just buy it. And then I get it so cheap that the girls at work want to buy it. So laundry detergent is something that goes in and out of here. Oh, water bottles are so awesome. Speaking of that, and I need to know your name. I can't remember your name on Homestead in the Highlands, so that way I can actually address you by name because I'm not sure how to address you. But I went to Pinterest and they have these hanging planting systems with those little water bottles, and I was like, oh, are you kidding me? They have like vines coming out. Cheryl, see now I know, so that way I don't just have to address you like that. Cheryl, awesome. I will be right back. I need to go do something really really quickly, um, and see something. So I will be right back. I'm back, yay! Let's find which one has my microphone on it. Okay. Whew. My thermostat here in the living room says 54 degrees. I am froze. It is so cold in here. This old house, it stays cold. It will stay warm when it's heated. And in the wintertime, it's always about 20 degrees lower than outside. Absolutely. Now, Cheryl, let's talk about them baby sheep again. Is there a prize for the name giving? Oh God, I am freezing. With the thermostat at 54, it's cold. I have a heater plugged in the bathroom, and I have one. He has one in there in the bedroom. Other than that, I'm sitting here. My hands are cold, my toes are numb, and I just don't want to go outside and start the car. It's 9 o'clock, and I don't want to go out there. I did go out and feed the birds. I made sure I gave them double food, because those poor little guys, they need food. That's fine. I'm just saying, but I will tell you this: if you watch Weed'em and Reap, I did put the name Kiwi out there first for that turkey female. So I think I named Kiwi because I was the first one to pop up a name, and so Kiwi was named from me, even though no one said that I was the first one to put Kiwi in there. But I thought that was great because the male turkey is Emu, and I just I just thought Kiwi was perfect. So I'm a good name giver. You know, if there was someone in the neighborhood where they would bring children and animals to name, I would be that person because I can do that. I'm joking. But yeah, I love those little sheep. And I'll tell you, I sat there and I watched them over and over again. Actually, I don't even want to tell you how many times I watched that before I came up with those names. But yeah, I did. I was the first one to put Kiwi into the comments of the Weed'em and Reap for Emu's girlfriend. So I think I named Kiwi. And I had someone comment on that because I forgot that Kiwis were actually from New Zealand. And I had someone lecture me about Kiwis being in New Zealand instead of Australia. I was like, really? Is it that important to lecture someone in a chat room or in a YouTube chat comment section? This person like gave me a big lecture, and I of course responded, and then they responded again, and I was like, really? And I wasn't rude, but I wanted to be. I was like, thank you for the education. Yeah. And I'll tell you, I've found that going to that live stream, ah, there you go. Um, but going to that Weed'em and Reap live baby goat stream, there are some real bossy boos in there. I mean, they tell people what they should say, and they get mad when someone comes in and asks for an update or something like that. And it's like, who are these people? They're like watchdogs for that channel. I'm like, everybody wants to come in and find out. And if you've been sitting here, just give them an update. I did name all of those baby goats, but they did not choose not one of my names because I didn't go to their, what was it, their Instagram site or whatever. I don't do that. So I kept all the jewels and gem names for all of those babies. But I like to be the namer. But, eventually I'll have my own animals to name. And I can't wait to name my hens because I have like two different ideas of how I'm going to name my hens. Either going to be very strong women or old fashioned names. I haven't decided yet. It depends because I'm going to have like 15, 16 chickens. So it's going to be a lot to name. Reindeer will be fun to name. And no, not the cheesy Santa Claus reindeer names. Yeah, I don't think that would work. But they all have to go in line unless you want cheesy Santa Claus names. It wouldn't be bad because there are some good ones. Well, I just don't think Oreo and Panda are like names I would choose for those baby sheep. Everybody that sees something black and white wants to name it Oreo. Really? Please, because I really think that would be bad. Just my opinion. Now, see, that's where Odin Odin could come in to have like the yeah. Um you could do like the gods and the goddesses, Norwegian, Viking kind of thing. Oh. There you go. Cedarholics in on this. I can't wait to name my girls though, because they're going to be unique, and I might have someone named like the rooster, even though I kind of have an idea of what I want to do with him. But they're going to be tiny when I get them, and the names may not fit once they get big. There you go. There's all kinds of ways to do it. I just want my animals to link. Like my chickens to link, and my rabbits to link, and my goats to link. So, well, my cats link right now. Oh my goodness. I am in Indiana. I am in the northeast, no, the southeastern part of Indiana. I'm considered the greater Cincinnati area. So I grew up being a Cincy girl on the Ohio side and an Indiana farm girl, country girl, woods girl on the other side. So I kind of had the best of both worlds. So I was always back and forth because my grandfather had like 200 acres out here. And then, of course, my parents always lived in the Ohio side. Oh, that's funny. You know, something I find quite often are people name their dogs Penny a lot, which is what I go by in real life. Um, and then I find that pigs are often named Penelope. What is up with that? Because I like the idea that I am a queen, not a fucking pig. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Oops. I should have said that. Can't take it back. Can't edit that. I'm human. No, I feel horrible I said that. But yeah, I don't know why they named pigs Penelope. You do swear a lot? Don't do it on your videos. Everybody just kind of dwindled out of here. You're south of Chicago. So you're closer to Paula then. Paula's up there. It's probably pretty cold out there because they say Chicago is like having its second coldest day in history, I think. Was yesterday. Now, Sussex hens. I'm trying to picture them. I know what they look like, but I'm not like. Thank you, Cheryl. Appreciate that. That makes me feel a little better. That's funny, off grid. But Sussex, that those are considered some of the heritage birds. I do know that, but I'm just trying to think of what they look like. I've got so many chicken breeds that I want and have been pondering about and hoping that I can get. So they kind of look like a Brahma. They kind of look like the white Brahma or the white Brahmas. Okay. I like big round hens. I think they're so pretty. I do want to get a couple of the comets and a couple leghorns. Those are probably like the smaller of the chickens I want to get. I believe some of the ones that lay the blue eggs, they're like in between. But I definitely want a couple Brahma hens and I want a couple buff Orpingtons and a few of those because they're just so cool. But like I said, I just want to have like a variety of egg size and egg color. But I have to have hardy chickens. I know the leghorns in the comments aren't going to be as hardy as the other breeds I want because what? Millefleur. Okay, that's a flower or something. A sable poot. Okay. Millefleur sable poot. Never heard of that, but I am so happy. And you're gonna have to show your chickens now because now I want to know. You're gonna introduce them, and we're gonna look at them. Like for your yeller chickens, okay? They're sable poots. That's funny. So now I have to call a cow a coo, and then I'm going to start calling some chickens sable poots. But millefleur sable poot. Lemon millefleur sable poot. I should write that down. So I have a question about that tree that you got. Oh, only Highland Coo. Okay, the other ones are not. You can call them whatever you want. Cool. Um, on that tree that you got, do you have to have two for it to pollinate back and forth, or is it a self-pollinating tree? Because I was wondering that when you opened it. It was so funny. I was like, she is not going to be able to reach into that box. I was so worried. Yeah, the strawberry tree. I was so worried you were not going to be able to get that tree out. I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and I'm like, is she ever going to be able to crawl down in that box and get that out of there? Um, that was, I was sitting there snickering. I was like, is she ever going to be able to get down in that box? But I was wondering if it was like self pollinating. It is self pollinating. Because I thought, well, because when I get ready to start buying all my orchard trees, I have to buy them in pairs of twos. So I was just wondering, but it was a beautiful. Oh my God, that thing looks so healthy. And I was curious of your mother-in-law. Like, she doesn't want you to buy anything from UK. I know, I saw you. I was like, she can't reach inside. And then when the instructions were in the very bottom, it's like, oh my, that box is as big as she is. So your mother-in-law doesn't want you to buy anything from the UK, or just to let you know, I'm going to be cutting off in about 5 minutes. That will put me at 2 hours. And she's an avid gardener. She would be impressed. I went, oh, she would have been impressed that you went there. Okay. I wasn't sure. That's awesome. But it was so healthy looking. I was like, wow, I have never received anything in the mail that looked that good. I mean, it just looked sharp and just, it wasn't dehydrated in any way, shape, or form. And from what I could see on the video, it was just very pretty. But it looks like a succulent kind of tree. The leaves did. My mother-in-law has given me a new canner this spring. I'm pretty excited about that. I've had to clean out shelves and stuff to put my canner in. So it's going to go down in the cellar for the winter. I know, right? 2 hours. 2 hours. And first thing I'm going to do is go check on them baby goats on the live stream, weed them and reap. I can't wait to see them. It's an evergreen. It was pretty. It was shocking. I really didn't. I knew you were bringing out a plant, but I couldn't figure out what it was. But that's interesting, a strawberry tree. I can I can see some jam or something coming out of that. Even though it may not taste like strawberry, it can make something. Probably take a while though, won't it, to grow enough to make something. It just really was pretty. Oh yes, it's true, off grid. But it's going to be 9:30 here in like 2 minutes. Well, it is 9:30, but I got to do things and make a decision if I'm going to take another day off or not. My husband will be so pissed. You have no idea. That'll be 3 days of vacation this week. It's so freaking cold out. I don't want to go out there. I just don't. And we work second shift, which is like 2:20 in the afternoon to 10:20 in the evening. And I really just don't want to do it. And I want to get the rest of my coupons cut for my clearance this weekend. I'm pretty excited about that. Well, you have a great day, Cheryl, and thank you for coming. And remember, rough and tumble. Just saying. Right now, I'm a forklift driver, and there's three of us, so they don't really need me right now. I'm a licensed social service designee for the state that I live in, but like right now, I'm in manufacturing. I'm a forklift driver. Yeah, insurance was more important than happiness and passion. You have a great day. Rough and tumble. Just remember. I'm glad you came. Yeah, it's cool until you get way up high and you've got all this shit up there and it's going like this and you're like, ah. The guys, they just seem to be able to just slam it up there, not me. I'm like trying to place it perfect and yeah. That's why I don't drop anything though. You all have a great day. It's time for me to go and make my decisions for the day. It was great to visit with all of you, and we'll do this again sometime soon. I'll see you on Paula's Lives. Bye.